Matt Vasgersian, and welcome to MLB 15, the show. While you play through this first game, I'm going to take the opportunity to detail some of the new and exciting features you'll find in this year's game. To start things off here in the top of the first, I'd like to introduce, for the first time in a sports video game, year-to-year saves. A monumental step forward for the franchise that allows those of you that played MLB 14 to transfer your save files from modes like Road to the Show, Franchise, and Season into MLB 15. This means you'll no longer have to start over in those modes each and every year. You can pick up right where you left off last year and take advantage of all that's new this year. To access the feature, select either Road to the Show, Franchise, or Season from the main menu. Then select Continue from MLB 14. If you have a saved file from last year's game on your PS4's hard drive or on a connected USB stick, it'll display on the screen, allowing you to select it and convert it to a saved file for MLB 15. Once this is complete, you're all set to go. Pick up and play MLB 15 right where you left off in 14. We hope you enjoy the feature. I'll be back in the second inning with more.
1-2. Ball.
First baseman number 35, Eric Hosmer.
Ball. Ball.
The catcher, number 13, Salvador Perez.
Ball.
After a half-inning play, the Royals lead 1-0.
Ball. Clock that page. Let's go.
With one inning in the books, the Royals lead 1-0. Here we are in the top of the second. Hope you're enjoying your game so far. Next up on the feature list for MLB 15 The Show is the combination of licensed equipment, the new Universal Reward System, and the inclusion of legendary players. All three features go hand in hand, so let me explain how it all works. For the first time in franchise history, MLB 15 The Show features in-game licensed equipment from leading baseball brands like Franklin, Louisville Slugger, Marucci, Mizuno, Nike, Rawlings, Sambac, Under Armour, and Wilson. The end result is a whole new level of authenticity within the game, and players sporting the same bats, batting gloves, fielding gloves, and cleats that they use in real life. You may even be looking at some of that equipment right now. In addition, you have the opportunity to utilize these items with your Road to the Show player within your organization in franchise mode and with your Dynasty player in Diamond Dynasty. However, you have to earn them first. In comes Universal Rewards. Universal Rewards is a brand new system tied to your Universal profile that periodically gifts you items while you play the game, no matter what mode you're in. Each item has a different rarity, and you can interact with all your rewards from the locker tab in the main menu. Licensed equipment can be applied to your Road to the Show or Dynasty players and provide them with instant attribute boosts. Sponsorship contracts allow your organization in franchise to partner with a brand and earn budget incentives based on the team's on-field performance. And finally, MLB player cards can be collected and used to build a formidable Diamond Dynasty squad. As an incentive for collecting cards, new legendary players can be unlocked by accumulating a full collection of players from a single MLB team. For example, if you collect every player card from the Giants, an iconic Giants player will be rewarded to you. In all, there are 30 legendary players to unlock, one for each MLB organization. Okay, that wraps up those features. Be sure to check them out, and I'll be back in the top of the third with more.
No ball. 2 strikes. Come on. You gotta lift that pig. Ball. Ball.
After 2 innings of play, the Royals lead 1-0. Top of the third now, and let's get right into our next major feature in MLB 15, a revamped Diamond Dynasty mode. Diamond Dynasty, or DD, has received a major facelift for this year's game, aiming to simplify the mode while providing a more fun and engaging experience of customizing, building, managing, and competing with your team. In terms of simplification, a couple of key improvements were made. To start, your team's players will no longer expire after a set number of games. If you collect a card with your favorite MLB player on it, he's yours to use on your team forever. Another key change is the way Dynasty players or non-MLB players exist in the mode. Their role has been greatly reduced. Your team now only consists of one Dynasty player. This helps refocus the experience as a whole on collecting cards and building a squad that's primarily composed of real MLB players. Your single Dynasty player is fully customizable, and in some ways he's very similar to a Road to the Show player. You're responsible for training his skills so he can progress to become a better ball player over time. This is accomplished by feeding him unwanted player cards that you've collected. The skills in those cards influence the growth of your Dynasty player. For example, if you feed him a bunch of cards with power hitters on them, he's going to gain points in his power attributes much faster than, say, contact or speed. One exceptionally unique characteristic of your Dynasty player is that he's a jack of all trades. He can be assigned to any position at any time, thus giving you the flexibility to fit him in the lineup where it benefits you the most. It should also be noted how intertwined Diamond Dynasty and the Universal Rewards system are. As you play MLB 15 in whatever mode you choose, you'll be rewarded with MLB player cards that can be used in DD. This means that by playing Franchise or Road to the Show for hours on end, you're at the same time improving your collection of player cards that make up your DD squad. This makes progressing in Diamond Dynasty really easy and less time intensive. The focus is not on earning coins and buying card packs like it is in other games. Clearly, there's a lot to experience in Diamond Dynasty this year, so be sure to check it all out and have fun building the team of your dreams. I'll be back in the fourth inning with more.
Open your eyes, huh?
Out. The shortstop, Brandon Crawford.
0-1. Let's go, Giants! Here we go. Ball. Got you out of here. Ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three balls, 2 strikes. Full count. Ball 4, first base.
Batting ninth. Catcher, Madison Bumgarner.
No ball, 1 strike. Come on! Here we go. Giants! Come on, Giants! Here we go.
Center fielder, number 16, Angel Haga. The second baseman, number 12, Joe Bennett.
Here we go.
Get a couple runs!
Here we go. No ball, 2 strikes. Here we go. Playing 12. 1-2.
Nice. Go, let's go.
2 balls. 2 strikes. No, that's the ball. Count is full. 3-2. Go, Giants. Here we go.
With 3 innings complete, Kansas City leads 2-0. Okay, things are getting started here in the 4th. Next up are the notable improvements to Franchise, one of MLB The Show's most popular game modes. The mode has received a lot of love this year, and among the changes are the new GM Goals system, performance-based player progression, new and improved contract logic, and a completely rebuilt trade system. The new GM Goals system allows you to take the reins as general manager of your chosen club. With that, of course, comes the expectations of the team's owner, who will task you with both short and long-term goals after you sign on with the organization for 3 years. How well you do accomplishing those goals over your initial 3 years will determine your future with the club and whether other organizations may have interest in bringing you on board. This means that for the first time you can actually change clubs in franchise mode without starting over. As the GM, your players are obviously the main focus of your efforts to build a major league juggernaut. With the new performance-based player progression, managing and nurturing your talent has never before been more important. Players will also progress naturally based on their age and potential rating, but now their on-field performance will also impact how they develop over time. Players who perform exceptionally well will see additional boosts to their attributes, meaning they could end up progressing faster than anticipated and exceeding their expected potential. Of course, the opposite is true if a player struggles for a long period of time, so make sure to handle your players carefully. You don't want to ruin a player's future by rushing him through the minors only to see him flame out in the big leagues. Franchise mode's contract logic has also been greatly improved this year by making player contracts more true to life than ever before. Players will expect more realistic terms to their deals, and minor leaguers are limited to only one-year contracts. In addition, you'll find the process of negotiating contracts is a much more user-friendly experience. Finally, the act of trading for players in franchise mode has seen a major overhaul. The logic itself was completely reworked to provide the most realistic results ever seen in the game. More factors are accounted for in the decision-making process than ever before. Further, the new Trade Finder feature allows you to quickly analyze what combinations will work with opposing teams if you're looking to acquire a certain player or shop one of your own. In essence, Trade Finder allows you to quickly make trades that'll help catapult your team into World Series contention. All in all, franchise mode is a notably different experience from years past, so make sure to check it out for yourself. I'll be back with more in the start of the 5th. After 3.5, the Royals have a big lead on the Giants.
First baseman, Brandon.
1-0. Here we go. 2-0. D-Rod. Here we go. Ball. 3 balls. 1 strike. Full count. 3-2. Ball. Playing 11. 1 ball, 1 strike. What was that? 2-2. Here we go. Ball. 1 ball, no strike. Here we go. Here we go. 0-1.
With 4 innings in the books, the Royals have a big lead on the Giants. All right, all set to start things off in the top of the 5th inning. Next on the list of features is the brand new Inside the Show radio broadcast. Meant to replicate news updates from real-life sports radio, Inside the Show can be heard in popular game modes like Franchise, Road to the Show, and Season at the start of each new day on the calendar. The show is hosted by minor league broadcaster Justin Allegri and will feature topics like game results from the previous day, notable performances, standings updates, and breaking news such as trades, signings, injuries, rumors, and more. In essence, Inside the Show provides all the info you need to stay connected with what's going on around the virtual major leagues. And because it's a radio show, you're free to move around and interact with the various menus in each game mode while the show is playing. This means you could be lining up your next big trade in Franchise or training your player in Road to the Show, all the while hearing about the latest injury to hit the Yankees roster, the big trade the A's just made, or the extra innings thriller in yesterday's action between the Cardinals and Cubs. That's it for now. We really hope you enjoy Inside the Show, and I'll be back in the 6th to talk about the big gameplay improvements that have been made for MLB 15 The Show.
The batter, number 2. Shortstop, Alcides Escobar. The left fielder, number 4, Alex Gordon. Center fielder, number 6, Lorenzo Cain.
Ball. Playing 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4. Take your base.
First baseman, number 35, Eric Hosmer.
Heading into the 5th, the Royals have a big lead on the Giants.
Your attention, please. Inching for the pitcher, number 7, Gregor Blanco.
Ball. 1 ball, no strike.
Center fielder, number 16, Angel Pagan. The second baseman, number 12, Joe Hanna.
No ball, 2 strikes. Very long.
The first baseman, number 9, Brandon
No
Bell.
ball, no strike. The ball.
Now batting, on action, number 2, Oscar Oshie.
Here we go.
After 5 innings of play, the Royals have a big lead on the Giants. Game's moving along now as the 6th inning gets underway. The last major thing to talk about for this year's game is the multitude of notable gameplay enhancements. Every year, MLB The Show aims to provide gamers with the most authentic and fun baseball experience possible in a video game. This year is no different, as major efforts have been made to enhance the in-game visuals, AI logic, physics engines, and user control schemes. To start it off, directional hitting is a brand new hitting interface that aims to give you more control of where and how a ball is hit. By influencing the hit direction with the L stick while swinging, you can attempt to hit the ball on the ground, in the air, pull it, push it, or any combination of those. Directional hitting replaces the old timing hitting interface, but if you simply swing and choose not to use the L stick influence, it functions exactly as it did before. Staying on the topic of hitting, analog swing controls have been improved and simplified. You're no longer required to control the batter's stride, so simply pressing up on the right stick will perform a swing. Other analog gestures control contact and power swings, so be sure to check the controls page for more info. In terms of player AI, a ton of work has been done to improve the way players move, react, and animate in the game. For example, outfielders now take a more realistic route to a fly ball, meaning they no longer run in a straight line from point A to point B. The best fielders will take more direct routes, while lesser skilled players will often take less efficient paths to the ball. Other AI improvements include a new motion system that cleans up the transitions between animations, a new slide and tag system, new run speed logic for base runners and fielders, and new situational base covering intelligence. All of that, combined with greatly enhanced ball physics and the addition of more realistic and variable pitch breaks, makes this year's action on the field more realistic and true to the sport of baseball than ever before. Well, that's all I've got for the rundown of the game's great new features. We really hope you enjoy the experience this year, and as always, thank you so much for playing MLB The Show. After 5 1/2, the Royals have a big lead on the Giants.
Right fielder, Hunter, and
1-1. One ball, 2 strikes.
number 23, Nori Aoki. The shortstop, number 35, Brandon Crawford. Pitcher number 52, Yusmeiro Martinez. Attention, please. And hitting for the Giants, number 45, Travis Ishikawa.
With 6 innings complete, the Royals have a big lead on the Giants.